What's going on, everybody? We are back with, I believe this is Losers Round 2. We have Zero Status here, who has a PB of 1 hour, 27 seconds, and anthonyhmtnj, who has a 1:05:29. So there's about a 5-minute difference between these two runners, almost 5 minutes exactly. So Zero Status is looking like the clear favorite here, but in these Luigi's Mansion races, anything can happen, so we'll just wait and see. And their timers have counted down, so they'll be off any second.
So what are you thinking in terms of strats? Do you think that, like, Zero might try to go for some safer strats to be more consistent, and that could give Anthony some more, like, leeway to come back, or sorry, no, the other way around?
I'm not sure. I really don't know what these guys go for in terms of strats. I don't even know if either of them attempt Chauncey one cycle. I would assume that maybe both of them would, because there's really no reason not to. It's low risk, high reward, if anything. So honestly, if Zero Status misses it and Anthony gets it, well, that's going to put him at a severe advantage right out of the gate.
Right.
And streams are synced now. Cool. Also, another thing to note is, since Anthony's time is above a 1:05, he is running on emulator, I believe. I'm not sure if he ever switched to console, but I know at the start of the tournament he was running on emulator.
Okay. So I'm assuming that there would be new runner, and they're just trying out the game still, or what?
I really don't know a lot about him. I'm just gonna be honest. But yeah, he's a relatively new runner. I think Pharaoh really got him to start grinding the game, and he's improving really quick. He's already down to a 1:05. I wouldn't be shocked if he has a 1 hour before long. Alright. Ooh, Anthony. Despawning that purple puncher. So that's increasing Zero's lead. Good double by Zero. Yeah, difference right now is about 15 seconds. Which is not something you want to see within the first 2 minutes of the run, but hey, anything can happen. It's only just started. I feel like Anthony just wants to start over.
It's kind of just like that in Area 1, though.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like the races. You just have a bad start, you just want to start a new one.
Well, especially now that Chauncey's a thing, right? The one cycle.
Oh, yeah.
If you're like, if I were facing someone like Pablo or Joven, and they got it and I didn't, I would feel pretty demotivated at that point. I feel like my fate would be sealed.
Yeah, especially when Area 1 is, like, pretty consistent and you're not even looking at any of the boos and all that. To go down that early is really tough.
Yeah. Zero Status has had an amazing Area 1 so far. I think this is only like 4 seconds behind the paces that I usually get, so really good gameplay from him so far. And I'm sure he's going to do the Laser Crusader. Usually when you go for that, you can see a shadow in the floor, but I don't even see that on his screen.
Very nice.
This Chauncey one cycle would just be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, this could be huge. Like, what would that be? Like, close to a minute ahead?
Assuming Anthony misses it, yeah, he'd be like a minute ahead within the first 6 minutes of the run. I feel like Anthony's not gonna get this. He's not touching the wall. Yeah. Yeah, so for Laser Crusader to work, Luigi has to be hugging the wall. He physically has to be rubbed up against it. Anthony was far enough back there, but he just wasn't touching the wall, so didn't work.
Alright, let's see it. Zero gonna go for her.
Okay, he's going for a 2 cycle.
That was solid, though. That was a really quick suck-up.
This is Anthony's chance, if anything. I feel like with all the mistakes that he's made, he knows he's at least 30 seconds behind right now. There's really just no reason to not go for this 1 cycle. Because if you get it, you're putting yourself back in this race. Beautiful 2 cycle from Zero.
Solid though, 552.
Anthony gets the first ball catch. Here we go. Ah, you let him go. I really wanted to see it.
That just shows how well Zero's doing. Like even even if Anthony got the 1 cycle, he still would have been a little bit behind there.
Yeah, I feel like even then the difference would have been within 10 to 15 seconds. Moving back a little late, so he misses that ball catch. And 649 key. So yeah, the difference is right around a minute. Because Zero's done with this cutscene by the time that Anthony's entering it, so... It's not what you want to see.
552 versus 649?
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the most consistent area, so now, like, really anything could happen with the booze, so plenty of time to catch up.
But yeah, it's like we were talking about earlier. I'm going to be just as surprised as you are, because I don't know what either of these guys go for. I wasn't sure if either of them went for Chauncey 1 cycle. Clearly they didn't, but I assumed at least Zero would, so...
And maybe they go for it in runs,
yeah.
And they just are not comfortable in a race, because they're worried about the time loss.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is this is just as much of a mystery for me as it is you. So Zero going into ballroom here. Let's see what he just... Oh, he's going for 6-piece. Going for the bonk just to ensure that he gets it. And he does. I think even with the bonk, that's still just a little bit faster than doing normal doubles. Obviously not as fast, but it still saves time.
Very nice.
Yeah, I don't know what his splits are looking like, but I can only imagine that this is a decent pace for him, because he really hasn't messed up at all.
And now Anthony really needs to get early release here.
Oh yeah. Ooh. He spawns both of those, but he'll have another chance to get a double there. Oh, man. Oh. That was so close.
Shy Guys do have the worst hitboxes. So.
They do. Who would you say you hate worse? The Shy Guys or the Grabbers? Because I personally think the Grabbers have, like, a god-awful hitbox, and this is just,
they're
like,
pretty bad. I feel like they're only a problem in Van Door. I usually take like half a second to get a better triple there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to go for the instant flash on that triple in Van Gore, but I found that I would miss it half the time, so I'd rather take the half a second to set it up than just miss one and lose like 3 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's like the one time where the Shy Guys are significantly better than the Grabbers. But I think everywhere else, not like they show up that often, but I think Shy Guys are pretty bad.
Good double by anthonyhmtnj. Zero can get tech skip here. So he's pulling off the cloth, now he's looking for the boo.
Very nice. The tough thing is that ooh, okay, that's pretty tough.
Yeah, so what happened there is, how that's normally supposed to work is you would suck up the boo, and then immediately after you would suck off the cloth, and that skips the EGAD dialogue, but he sucked them both off at the same time, so because of that it didn't work. The animation from him pulling off the cloth didn't override the boo suck up. Even still, he's gotten pretty good luck here in these first 3 rooms.
The boo did switch on him in the second room. I think it might have been in that right spot, and then it went all the way to the left. Alright, we'll see if Anthony can make up some time here. Oh, well, something's in the table.
Yep, he's just gonna pull it off. That's the way you do it, right? You don't even go for the tech skip, you just go straight for the cloth.
I think at this point, I probably would. It's a very safe strat what Anthony did, but
yeah,
if I was going for a PB, I think I'm at the point where I would just hope, just pray.
Yeah, so the difference right now, it's probably right around a minute and a half, I want to say. Anthony is really fallen far behind.
Boo is not very nice to him.
Yeah, overall I'd say he had worse luck in those first 3 rooms, but granted Zero's optimizations with searching each of the objects was a lot faster than Anthony's as well. So you just add both of those things together and it's just a recipe for disaster. It just extends Zero's lead.
This luck is not very good for Anthony. I was able to notice that on the wardrobe room, though, that I don't think either of them had particularly good luck, but Zero was able to manage it better, so I'm wondering if, like, so far it seems like they're doing pretty similar strats. We'll see how it goes later, but it might just come down to, like, managing boo movement.
Yeah, and I feel like we're already seeing that take effect here, especially with how far Zero's lead's extending. So if I remember correctly, in Wardrobe Room, Zero got the shoe rack. I believe Decoy was in the right wardrobe and the Boo was in the shoe rack, but I don't remember what Anthony got.
I think Anthony opened everything and it was in the far left. Maybe Anthony's was, or Zero's was a lot better. I thought that it wasn't immediate.
Zero is still playing relatively amazing. Still no major mistakes at this point. He's already a
yeah, Zero hasn't dropped anything, like none of the doubles.
Good double by Anthony there. Let's see this fire warp by Anthony here. And he gets it. They don't call him anthonyhmtnj for nothing. He's a god. Zero there, before he activated the mouse hole, he actually stunned the butler with his flashlight so as to not cause him to leave. Then he proceeds to get 2 chest glitches.
We'll see how this room goes. I feel like there's a lot of different ways that you can do this room.
Yeah, and I find that especially at like the intermediate level, it's really easy to botch this room, but it doesn't look like Zero's gonna have any problems with it.
Yeah, just another solid room.
Good luck as well. Anthony's butler at the far end of the hallway, so it's going to take a little bit longer for him to get to his destination, but also that gives Anthony more time to clear the laundry room here.
Might be setting up tech skip. Doesn't look like it.
Looked like he tried to, because you can notice him backing up, but it's really crucial in order to get that tech skip. You need to really optimize your boo drags, so when Luigi's backing up, you can drag the boo back with you as well. Oh, man. He almost got hit. So Zero's moving on to Melody here. I feel like this is one of the very few rooms in any percent no out of bounds where it's pretty imperative to get relatively good luck, just because this room is so wide and all the objects are kind of spaced out. So if you get bad luck in this room, it can be a pretty big time loss, as opposed to other spots where boos can hide.
Where do you think most people try to end up at the end of this fight? Like, I usually just try to put myself in that top right corner because I feel like the boo is always there.
Yeah, that's what I feel like everyone does. And I don't know the boo values for this room, but I feel like most of the time he is in that top right cabinet, just like he was now.
It is, like, really risky in the case that, like, it is all the way on the left side of the room, but at least you won't be, like, on the left side of the room and then have to run over to the right to get him.
Anthony having a little bit of trouble finding this boo.
It's a tough room. Everything is pretty close together, and There's too many objects.
Reminds me of Astral Hall, where the boo... That's one of, like, the only rooms in the game where the boo can be in literally every object. And they're all just so close together.
Yeah, knowing exactly which one it's in right when you walk in the room is, like, very, very tough. Like, very slight differences when you walk in.
The Zero is schmoving here. Oh, and he gets good.
And the boos just aren't being mean to him either.
No.
It's really not helping Anthony get back in.
Yeah, I can't say for certain how far ahead Zero is, but just looking at it, it looks like it's over 2 minutes.
Yeah, Zero entered this room around 20 minutes, maybe a little bit later. So we could maybe use that as a gauge. So like, this is the case here. Anthony is stuck on the right side of the room, and it's not like the worst, but yeah, like that, it did not work out nearly as well as it did for Zero.
And something interesting there is the boo radar can be very deceptive. You may have noticed that when Anthony hit that middle drum there, it was flashing red, which usually when it flashes red, that indicates that the boo's directly in front of you. So he knocked on it and he wasn't there. So I feel like this is one of the very few rooms where, like, the boo radar can be relatively inaccurate. That's not even true. I feel like most of the time it's just not accurate.
Yeah, well, it definitely is, like, different when you're walking in the room. Like, the radar has a mind of its own when it's when you're walking into a room, and then it starts to, like, actually be useful.
Ooh,
okay, Zero with a mistake. I think that's like Zero's first like actual mistake.
Yeah.
205.
I haven't even seen his splits go red yet, so I would assume that he is ahead.
Yeah, I mean, with like a 1 hour, like this seems like a pretty solid run.
I saw him go red right when he opened the chest, so he's like a second behind PB. That's pretty good, man. Playing on par with your PB in a tournament race is not easy, just because there's so much like external pressures.
Alright, so this is looking like not quite 3 minutes behind. Like 2.5. I wonder what Anthony's strat is for the dog.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Anthony's not like immediately making the dog lunge at him.
Yeah, so like Vark said, what you would normally do there is you would stand very close to the dog so he lunges at you immediately, but Anthony was kind of backing away after each lunge, so the dog would have to come towards him before it lunged, and that is just... probably lost him a few seconds there.
Yeah, I mean, better to do something that you're comfortable with, because if you lose the dog, like if the dog bites you early, that's not very good.
Mario!
First Pratt time.
Oh, baby. Let's see him, that crispy rat. Anthony getting dragged around here. Yep, he's gonna drop him. We got rid of most of his health there, so we should be able to clean this up in 2 cycles.
Ooh, that was close, but clutches it.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit by those shadows there.
Oh, did Zero get a stumble coming up from the ladder?
Zero gets the water shot off through the ceiling, so he's gonna go into T-room here. This room is done, like, it just looks so nice when it's executed properly. Ooh, I like that. Not setting up tech skip, but I like the strat that he did.
Solid. The boo might be close. Nope. Could be in the bucket?
So this boo's probably gonna switch. Ideally, it'll switch somewhere right next to him.
That doesn't help.
No,
the radar's still kind of bad. It might just be in a different chair over to the right. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's in that. Yep. That left
I think
chair.
it might have been in the top chair, like just right across from it beforehand. Pretty good though. If it's right next to the ice, that's not that big of a deal.
So long as he's not left side, that's pretty much the only main thing. Especially if you set up tech skip there and he's left side, pretty much just means that you can't go for tech skip because it's pretty difficult to drag him around the chest.
I guess that ball hit?
Yeah, I wasn't sure either. I guess he shot it off right before he got hit.
Yeah, I thought he just like dropped it and it was rolling around. Another difficult room with the boo.
Yeah, Zero getting bad luck.
Okay.
This is like Melody's room. It's just another example where you have one of these wide rooms and you just hope that you get good luck, because if you don't, you have to walk all the way across to the other side of the room. Anthony knocking on Biff's door there. He's checking to see if anybody's home.
Uh-oh.
Having a little bit of trouble running on this treadmill here, but he gets the key.
Does Anthony not have notches? Is Anthony like not playing on a GameCube controller?
I have no idea. It would definitely suck if he's not playing on a GameCube controller, because playing this game without notches, I can only imagine it'd be a nightmare.
Alright, setting up the double. Oh! Got smacked.
So did Anthony.
Luckily, the Shy Guy masked them all off, so still able to get that double instead of them despawning.
Yeah, so Anthony actually had to drop off the table there in order to get that ghost to respawn, because he was too far away from him.
The boom might have been in that chair right in front of the screen.
There's something in that back right share on the left side.
I'm getting confused without the audio. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Okay, boost switch to the right side.
Just barely getting that moonshot.
Yeah, this room giving Anthony some trouble. I'm sure he's glad he's out of here.
Losing Petunia, but that doesn't lose too much time.
Mario! Mario!
Ooh, good balls.
Hopefully he can just keep control here and beautiful one cycle. Hopefully he gets some of these pearls.
A time save here?
Assuming he's right side.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Because remember, Zero had to go all the way to the left side, so if anything, that definitely should save him some time.
It's being a little crazy, though. As long as you get the one cycle,
yeah.
you might just
oh no.
Yeah, going inside that table after it spawned was not the greatest.
I've seen
Definitely allowed for more cackles.
I've seen a few people do this room where they get the boost stuck in the wall and he just loses all his cackles immediately and then he leaves the room at like 85 HP. I think that happened to Glitch and Spud. Alright. Thankfully the Boo goes back into this room. The only other places he could have gone would be Astral Hall, where Anthony is heading to next. And since the room's dark, he would have to just let him leave. Or he could go to Ante Room, so... Boo going back there was best case scenario for him. Oh, he needs fire. Yeah, he realizes.
Okay, you remember pretty quick.
Zero's
getting
a couple
pulled.
bonks. That Boo wasn't going down without a fight.
Oh, a little trouble with the helicopters, it's okay.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful room from Anthony. I feel like that saves some time compared to Zero, because remember Zero got punched by the Shy Guys. But he's having a little bit of trouble finding the Boo. He's in that bottom right candle.
It's the bottom right, come on.
Let's go. He searched like every other candlestick except that one.
That room is so bad. I
know.
can't blame Anthony. I used to like swear by doing the room after you do Moonshot.
Yeah.
Which like is pretty good because you can just leave and then come back in and like you never even had to worry about the Boo. The problem is that when you first walk into a room, the radar is screwed up, so like it kind of still just doesn't help anyway.
Yeah, I forgot, but that's the way we really used to do it back in the day. We would clear the room, immediately do Moonshot, and then on our way out, we'd get the Boo.
Oh, I think that's gonna work.
Yeah. Got it by like a pixel or two.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Zero is also really close, but on the left side. Yeah, I know, there's some things in this game just feel faster doing something it's like it's actually not faster. Alright, we get the tech skip here.
Got a nice setup. Boo's on the right side.
Mario.
Oh, gotta love when that happens. Knock on an object and it doesn't open. But he does get the tech skip.
This is a chair. Yep, that's a chair.
It's RNG manipulation. He knows what he's doing.
Mario.
I have no idea where Zero splits here, but I haven't seen his timer go red in a while. I feel like, for this split in particular, people's splits are all over the place. Like, I split on Clairvoyant Suck Up, some people split on when you first enter the room, and others split on exit.
I didn't even have a split for this one.
You're doing it the right way.
I just did like Moonshot and then Area 3.
I know Snap back in the day, he used to split on Lydia Mirror Warp, which I feel like that's not even a bad place to split. Don't know if he still does.
It's like a little inaccurate, I feel. Like getting your hand over there, like when do you split, like after you hit the mirror?
It's a good question.
The timing to get your hand from the controller to the splitter seems a little inaccurate, but that's like a pretty good spot, I feel.
You're just encouraging me to get another foot pedal. I want to say the difference is like 4 minutes right now.
A pretty safe lead so far. And I wasn't thinking that like a 4-minute lead would be like something crazy with like the difference in like a 1 hour to a 105, but
Yeah.
Zero just like isn't really letting up. Like I don't think that like Anthony is playing like really bad or anything. It's just Zero has really only made like 2 like clear mistakes, and then it's been solid. Like where is Zero gonna mess up bad enough for Anthony to come back in Area 4?
Yeah, I really can't think of anything aside from that Bogmire, and even then, that wasn't anything substantial. Doesn't get the insta freeze. Only lost him like 2 seconds. Beautiful double.
I don't know about Anthony's boo. It was starting out kind of high up.
Luck from Zero there. Must have been that RNG manip by scanning Lydia's chair.
Of course. And this is gonna be just one snipe shot, gonna hit all the 15 boos.
Yep. It's gonna go exactly as he planned.
I think we might see task boo losses right here.
Mario.
There's actually like a new setup. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a certain spot that you stand right where right when the fight starts, and by standing in that spot, you pop him a little bit quicker than you would if you just immediately started walking to the right.
Oh, I have not seen that.
So I'm not sure if Zero's gonna go for that, but that saves like maybe a second or two. Anthony, forgetting what he was doing, he started lighting the candles as if he were getting the key to the laundry room.
It happens.
Happens to the best of us.
This looks like
Gonna be a
not
2
one
cycle.
Could have gotten maybe one more at the end.
Yeah, his initial ice shot looked pretty low there.
It's interesting what people do when they set it up, because like I do something completely different from what Zero's doing. I'm sure like everyone does something different from what I do.
I feel like this is the first part of the run where Zero's actually behind. He's been playing really well up to this point, but even
still not even that far behind.
No.
Like this could still be a 59.
So I know it's been a while since you've done runs of this category in particular, but did you ever learn the breaker boo route?
Like you mean just assuming
Yeah.
getting one
going
cycle
for-
breaker boo?
Yeah,
I don't think my PB had it though. I just like I don't know, I just wasn't super consistent with it.
When you got your PB, I'm not even sure if we were doing that route. Your PB's aged like fine wine.
No. I think my 100% PB is ancient. My any percent PB is not quite as ancient.
What do you mean? You got it 7 years ago.
The wait, which one?
Any percent.
The any percent
bounds.
one? 7
Yeah.
years. Well, 100% one's like 9 years.
I think it will be 9 years in January.
It's not about me. It's about the new runners.
You're right.
Getting 45-minute any percent runs. In 2 years, the record will be entering Bowser right now.
Oh, how the meta's changed.
Mario.
I think that Breaker Boo was a thing. It was just like, it was pretty tough and not a lot of people were going for it. I know like last time I picked up the game, I did like pretty much just decide that I was always going to go for Breaker one cycle, but I don't think I got a PB with it just because like I couldn't get like a solid enough run. Pretty good room by Anthony.
Ooh, Zero doing standard blackout. Love to see this.
Swag. In the name of saving, what, like a second, 2 seconds?
So Zero gets some obligatory swag points. No pathetic.
Going to the right of the table, though. Had Zero not gotten scared, would have been an instant Grimly.
That was RNG minute, just not the minute you want to see.
I swear, like, if I get scared, I don't get instant Grimly ever.
I feel like I've noticed that trend too. Obviously, it doesn't make a difference if you go for Pythagoras skip and go to the left side of the table because you're scare skipping that, but...
Alright, let's see if this blue losses goes or fall.
If Anthony gets a 1 cycle here, he's saving some time on 0. Backing angle looks good.
Oh, that looked really good.
Oh man, that's a 14 boo.
Okay,
Last boo's gonna troll him a little bit.
Yep.
It's a good cleanup.
Mario.
Zero not going for Breaker Boo.
Oh, let's see if he does this epic seller double. Oh,
I hate that double because of that boo.
yeah.
Or that ghost just disappearing.
Good first boo find though. Alright, so Zero only needs 3 more boos. Really, only 2 of them can pose a big problem. I don't think Van Gore boo is going to be too much of an issue, because he can only go in and out of Van Gore's room, whereas the other 2 can just go wherever they want.
Yeah, Armory could lose you a ton of time.
Crazy, and like, to recap Zero's run so far, really the only things that he's messed up are 2 of the area bosses. That's where his biggest time losses come from. Outside of that...
let's not forget about getting bonked by the Shy Guy. in the Astral Hall, losing like a second.
And I guess bonking into Neville's boot twice.
Yeah. That first bonk is kind of hard to avoid, because you're gonna get charged while you get fire.
Yeah, I agree. But, like, that also just goes to show, like, we're literally just nitpicking small mistakes that he's made, because in, like, the greater picture, he's really not made any mistakes that have been substantial time losses.
But Area 4 is pretty tough, so there could be a couple more mistakes in there.
What do you think is the hardest area in this game?
I mean, if you're, like, good at everything, 3 could be the hardest. But I think 4 is, like, consistently hard, like, at all skill levels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was pretty much gonna have the exact same answer and say if you're a runner in that upper echelon, like you're maybe top 10, I'd say Area 3, just because
it also like depends what strats you're going for. Like, I would probably say like Area 4 is probably the hardest, but I can see someone having a reason to say 3.
I just think it's because it's by far the most RNG heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like for more intermediate level players, it's probably Area 4, just because there's so much more that can go wrong, and RNG is not really even a factor.
Yeah, the execution is like definitely higher skill in Area 4, whereas 3 is more luck.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that like You can play fine, but if the boos aren't nice, then that's kind of it.
There's also a lot of harder strats that top level runners are going for now in Area 4, like Breaker Boo, for example, or Armory 5-piece.
Very true. The game has changed. The game has changed. I think, like, that was another thing, like, years ago, people were kind of just going for safe stuff in Area 4 because it was the hardest, so, like, if you could minimize the amount of things that could go wrong, then it ends up not being that bad. But yeah, the execution needed to pull off Area 4 well that's pretty tough.
As the run gets more optimized, you just gotta go for harder stuff.
Alright, Anthony, I'm looking for Anthony to go for Breaker Boo here.
Yeah, let's see this one cycle. Nah, not today, he's just gonna play it safe. Boo is in that left statue for 0. Oh, he's not. Okay. He's in this top statue.
Yeah, so that's... okay. Game is lagging out of control.
Yeah. It's really easy to drop an R input here on this Boo in this particular room, just because there's so much stuff here. It just causes the room to lag.
Ooh, there it is.
I don't think he got a double cackle there. I just think he was R pumping a little too quick.
This Boo ball is going to be in the way for Anthony. Oh, going over to the left side. Okay, I kind of forgot
what he's doing.
Squeeze.
Zero is moving on to the basement here. I'm curious if either of these runners are going to opt to clear Pipe Room, just in the event that either of them lose West and Boo to Pipe. Maybe a good idea to have that room lit.
It doesn't even seem like that bad. Like, ideally you would skip this room, but in a race it seems not too bad, because if you want to, like, go for clearing this room, even if you want to go for Pipe Boo, then you could skip, like, Van Gore Boo if you're feeling more comfortable with Pipe.
I'm genuinely curious if there's even a big time difference between getting Pipe Boo as opposed to Van Gore. Because if you do the strat where you clear the room where you freeze them in unison with freezing that goop, it really doesn't take that long.
It definitely seems like it could be safer. Like,
Right, especially
I kind of like the Pipe Boo, so if I was, like, really trying to play it safe, I might opt to skip Van Gore for Pipe.
Especially because he's so easy to one-cycle. It's like you can catch that Boo without him even leaving.
I know some people do not like Pipe Boo, though. They like think it's one of the worst. Oh, that was solid. Oh, I think it switched to the left.
I think you're right. Crazy? Unless he's right here in these barrels.
The suspense. Oh, it's there.
Oh, it was him.
This looks like it's going to be a one-cycle.
Yep, it's looking pretty good. Beautiful.
Okay, yeah, Zero is pretty noticeably behind now. That armor room just took too long.
Zero's on the home stretch. At this point in the run, there's really not that much that could go wrong for him at this point. Because he's just got to do the Van Gore fight and then King Boo.
I don't know, Zero's got some low health, though.
He does.
I smell a Bowser death.
I am curious to see though. Like, let's just say hypothetically that Zero were to soft lock on King Boo. I wonder where that would put him in relation to Anthony.
Well, oh, well, you'll save here, yeah. Yeah, I think even with a soft lock, Zero would still be ahead.
Yeah.
Interested to see what Anthony will do in this round.
Ooh. Zero getting decked right in the face. Using the iframes there to stun the ghost.
Once you miss the triple, everything is just kind of out the window.
Yeah. Anthony's kind of having a rough time right now. Oh, ran out of fire.
Yeah, not having fire here is not great. Fire is definitely your best friend.
For sure. I like that instant flash. It's so satisfying when that goes right. I think the Boo just switched into the best spot for Anthony.
Yeah, is it right in front of him?
Okay, he must be the decoy.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think he knows where it is. Okay, yeah, that was him.
Yeah, it's right there. Oh, the other one.
Oh, Anthony.
I think I saw Anthony pump right at the start.
Mario.
Oh,
No, it didn't matter.
yeah. We'll never know if he did or not.
Sometimes I feel like it's easy to get caught up in it and just want to do an R pump right away.
Right.
Alright, last Boo.
Alright, so Zero's gonna try to get this guy in 2 cycles. Going up a little bit. But no double tackles.
Still enough HP. It's good. Go in early? Oh, yep.
Oh, that was gonna be so good if he didn't bonk there, because the Boo was so low to the ground.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I guess we'll consider that 2 cycles.
I don't know. Definitely another not super crazy mistake from Zero to add on to the list of small mistakes.
Yeah, Anthony's clearing pipe room. Don't blame him. If Weston Boo goes up there, he just becomes so unpredictable. You don't know where he's going to go at that point.
Especially if Anthony feels comfortable with Pipe Boo, like that. I want to see it. I want to see Pipe Boo back in any percent.
I think you know what you have to do, Vark. You're gonna have to spearhead this objective of yours.
Well, here's my thing. I really don't like doing Pipe Room. Like, I don't like getting the key without killing the enemies. Like, the enemies are freaking annoying. So, I would be totally down to do Pipe Room, like, if it was faster. Alright, final boss.
Here we go. Looks like he can get a low 101 here, so he's going to finish within about 30 to 40 seconds of his PB. Assuming he gets a 2 cycle here. Or maybe he'll surprise us and he'll just go for a 1 cycle.
This is Zero's opportunity to style a little bit.
He does have the time.
If Zero knows how to do it, and if Zero could PB with it. I don't. It doesn't look like it, but that would be pretty awesome if Zero like clutched out a PB with the one cycle.
Right. Yeah, I think if he were to get it, he would miss his PB by maybe right under 20 seconds.
Yeah, just not enough time. But solid run.
And Anthony almost had him.
Anthony opening the pipe room was pretty good because he needed that boot. Looking for a quick shot here.
Yeah, he's going for it. Okay. This is probably going to be a 3-cycle, 278. It's not impossible, just very unlikely that he's going to get a 2-cycle, 278.
Say just go for it.
Oh, the perfect 200. See, I thought for a second there he was just going to send it.
Nice.
And GG Zero.
There.
Just over a minute above his PB. I think if you can play within about a minute of your PB, it was an alright run.
Yeah, I mean, that was the biggest mistake. 3-cycle over the 2-cycle. That was solid. Do you think that Zero went for hitting himself with that bomb at the end to get iframes for the first ice ball?
I don't know, but that's pretty big brain if that's what he was doing.
That was immediately what I was thinking. I'm like, I think that you have iframes if you get hit like really late.
Well, he's about to join, so we can ask him, because I was initially under the impression that he thought it was too close to him, and he was just trying to get it away from him. And
yeah, I guess that's another thing. You don't want to get hit
him
when you're like actually trying to deal damage. Alright, these pounders are not being nice.
Yeah, they're pounding Anthony right now. What's up, Zero? GG's, man.
Yeah.
GG's.
That was a run.
It was a run. I gotta say, you were playing pretty dang well.
That was up to Moonshot. At that point, that was my best split ever. At that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't play very well after that.
Yeah. It's like, you know, I'd say Bogmire was maybe your first mistake.
Yeah,
Big mistake, anyways. That whole run. And at that point, Vark and I were just like nitpicking smaller mistakes that you made because you really just weren't making any.
At that point, I think like the worst thing I did was like the butler room read. Is that what that room's? I don't even know what that room's called.
Yeah. I noticed you went initially to the right and then back up, and he wasn't there. And then it turns out he was in the ironing table.
RNG in general, that one felt awful. That was like I just felt like I had nothing. I like only like two Vangors, but like Nana Boo was on the left side, and I was like, no, I'm not checking the left side this time. I thought I knew better.
Mm-hmm. So what were you doing in that King Boo fight on that 3rd cycle? Because Vart pointed out that he thought you were shooting that ball away from you to get iframes so you wouldn't get hit by the first ice shot.
Oh, no, mostly I was like, he's probably gonna... I was like, just worried King Boo would just like run over to that direction. I'm like, if those explode and I have to 4-cycle them, I'm gonna be absolutely... I'm gonna be so mad. So I just wanted to blow him up and get him out of the way. Yeah,
that's what I thought, but when Vark brought that up, I was like, dude, that's actually so big brain. I can't believe I've never thought of that.
No, I was not thinking that complicated. I just kind of wanted to finish.
Alright, so Anthony should finish this Boo up here. All right, home stretch for Anthony. So I guess while we're waiting for Anthony to actually do the fight, I can go ahead and tell you guys what matches we have coming up and where Zero goes from here.
I do know who I'm up against next.
Yes, Splazer Games. Do you think you have a chance?
I mean, no, I'm not gonna go two ways about it. No, I don't have a chance. I just think that I was kind of unfortunate. I didn't get to see the race between him and Pharaoh, but that one was crazy.
Yeah, that was. I'm pretty sure that was the first and only upset that we've had thus far.
Yeah. I was watching back the VOD and I was just kind of amazed at how crazy that race was.
Right. All right, so it looks like Anthony can get a high 107, low 108 here.
I think if Anthony can pull off the 2-cycle, then, you know, I think Anthony just kind of won this one. I mean,
yeah,
Zero didn't get the 2-cycle.
I didn't get the 2-cycle.
Yeah, that's the determining factor. The rest of the run's just a pregame. This is the only thing that matters.
That's true.
Pregame it for the real run.
And notably, Anthony did get a better boo losses. Well, that last boo was kind of rough, but
earlier I practiced boo losses for twice, and I was like, wow, these both went pretty well. And then I did it in the run, it just kind of was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a little unfortunate because you actually did pretty well on the cleanup there. It's just you hit so little of them with that initial ice shot that it's like, what more could you have done there?
Yeah, I think it was probably a bad movement before, but boo losses is just kind of sealed box sometimes.
Right. All right, Anthony's going for it. It's gonna be a little close. I think he's gonna get away. Yeah.
That was surprisingly like not very close. I thought that was pretty good.
All right. He's gonna be finishing him up here. And GG.
GG.
108.26 and a 101.33. GG's. Yeah, I don't know if you saw Zero, but Anthony was pretty much making some pretty detrimental mistakes like right out of the gate. I want to say he was already like 30 seconds behind by Neville.
Yeah, I think the Area 1 difference was like 57 seconds.
I was pretty happy. It's not my best time, but I was pretty happy with that Area 1. It felt good.
Yeah, it's like we were saying, dude. You were playing out of your mind that first like 30 minutes. Even with that 2-cycle Bogmire, it's pretty insane that was your best split time ever at Moonshot. That just shows how much potential that you have. Also, what's up, Anthony? GG's on the run, man.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the runs of all time.
Certainly one of the runs of all time.
You know what? I'm not going to complain because my last race was a PB, so I'm due for a run, so.
Yep, it happens to the best of us. I know that you were probably ready to reset within the first 2 minutes of the run.
Yeah, the second I missed anti-room double, I'm like, oh, it's going to be one of those runs.
Yeah.
No, but my controller, my R stick is up, like it's tilting up a little bit. And I don't know why, it just happened. Like if I go on my dolphin layout, it shows that it's like pointing up a little bit, and I'm like,
oh, it's so weird. So
I noticed that during what's it called, the key and biff. I'm like, what the hell am I moving up like that?
So like even when you reset your controller, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah,
It
when I
does it?
reset, I don't know if it's just it's a 25-year-old GameCube controller almost.
Right.
So, but it's also like a $20 adapter I'm using for my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe you just need to like clean.
My solution was to put a dead zone for like 10%, and I think that screwed me even harder.
Oh dang.
And that's why my
Well-
suck-ups are terrible. I'm like, why are my suck-ups bad? I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, hopefully you can get it fixed.
Hopefully, yeah. You know what? It's a run, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I
know. Yeah.
I was lucky to sub 110. Honestly, I was really surprised I did.
Well, hey man, like I know you made a lot of mistakes right out of the gate there, but I'd say all in all, like you had some pretty high points there. I think, for example, like your what was it? The I just
Come on, HD.
I know. Now I feel so bad.
The snipe on Bulasis,
Yes,
you
yes,
hit like
that's
all
what I was-
but like 1 or 2, like that was
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, the boo losses
Almost-
was insane. Your setup was
got
really
me.
good. You got like 13 boos with that initial shot there.
Yeah, I don't know how I pulled that out of my ass because my problem was I was like obviously annoyed at the pace I was at. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm playing like garbage in front of 70 people.
Hey, you just had to let that rage out.
And-
Took it out on
and-
boo losses.
No, but the problem is like when you let those mistakes get to you, you play worse, and I think that's what happened.
Yeah,
more than
yeah,
anything.
that tends to happen. Just turns into a big snowball effect.
But it's fine. It's a run.
You held it together. I don't think you totally fell apart. Like it wasn't like by the area 4 you looked like you had completely given up on even continuing. So, there's definitely some credit.
Yeah,
for that.
I was about to, and I'm like, nah, dude, I should just finish it. I'm already there, so I should probably just put my effort in.
Yeah, that's how it is with races too. You just not every race is gonna go super well, but at least you kept it going, even though you probably had an idea of like where maybe Zero was at certain points.
No, I knew there was no shot. Like I would have had to pull out the greatest PB out of my ass to win. So.
Well,
But
GG's to both of you.
Just one of those things. After all, you were anthonyhmtnj, and you will bounce back harder than ever. You may be out of the tournament, but I know that you're not done with the game.
Yep. All right.
So, Zero is moving on to face Splazer. There are 2 more matches scheduled for tonight. We have HT Delta versus Variapog at 8 p.m., so just right above 40 minutes from now. And then we have Joven versus Mega Lightning at 8:30. That will be commentated by Flair.
And there's a PAL race right now too.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's
too much Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, a lot of Luigi's Mansion going on right now. So if you like Luigi's Mansion, you want to see some right now, there's a PAL 100% race going on GDQ right now between Kai and Elite Spud. And on that note, I think we are done. Thanks for commentating with me, Vark.
Thank you as well, and thanks to the runners for putting on a good show. I'll hope to calm some more.
Yes, sir. Well, on that note, we'll be back with Luigi's Mansion in about 40 minutes. And GG's again, boys.
Thank you.
GG's.
GG Zero.
And thanks for watching.